This show is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. You are your greatest asset. It's time you started investing in that. Visit betterhelp.com/double toasted and take care of you. The reason why it works, first of all, you can't help but feel the love from the director himself.
Sure.
Coming out of this, man. You know, when I watched this, I felt like, you know what? It just feels it feels like Spielberg just had a sudden burst of creative energy with this, man. You know, I can almost feel his ass dancing behind the camera while he's directing, man.
Like he's going, oh shit.
Yes. Damn, I'm good. Just got back from Chicago, but we got more shows coming up. So you can catch us in Miami. And then the next day in Orlando, that's going to be January 20th and January 21st. And then you can see us in Dallas, Texas, February 18th. Go to x1entertainment.com to get your tickets. But if you go below, you can get tickets for these remaining shows over here. So we're doing this a little bit early. You know, this is something that we would normally save for the movie review extravaganza. But since everybody's putting reviews out on it, and some of those reviews have already passed, and I don't want to be mixed up with all the cluster of reviews that are coming out, but I also don't want to be dragging ass on it either. Don't want to be the latest one. So we decided to do this review today for what people are saying is one of the big Oscar contenders for 2021.
Right. Yeah.
West Side Story. Now, let me tell you something, y'all. That original West Side Story, I know it's a classic. I know I've told y'all I love musicals, but I ain't never seen that original 1961 OG West Side Story. Oh, the immortal story of the Jets and the Sharks. And how they just f*** it up for everybody.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah, Corey, I thought you loved musicals, man. You always singing Oklahoma. You in theater, man. You don't love no musicals. If you ain't seen West Side Story, the 1961 West Side Story, one of the greatest musicals ever, and you opposing, man. You don't love those musicals out there. The thing is, man, listen, no. The music in here, love the music from West Side Story. Tonight. Martin, like, yeah, tonight, shut your ass up.
You saying it about yourself.
Yeah, I know you said it too. I'm just saying it for you. I was like, damn, I am hurt my own ears over here. Nah, man. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows, you know, there is a place for us. You know, all those heavy hitters, man. Everybody loves these songs. Everybody loves this movie here, man, but not me. I love the music, but everything else just don't seem right. That's why I could not bring myself to watch this. First, this just looks corny, man. And Martin's like, it's a musical from 1961. What the hell are you
Wait, what are you doing? You sound like one of these millennials. I look back at this thing from 40 years ago, and guys, it's problematic. It's like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah, it is. It is a problem. It is, for me, it's a problem. First of all, you know, they got these gangs in here ready to fight, but they doing it, you know, they coming in with them cool jazz snaps. Y'all remember that? Oh, getting ready to throw down for this copacetic rumble that's about to happen, Martin. Getting ready to hurt somebody with these smooth moves, Martin.
No, they're about to start,
groovy tunes over here.
They're going to audition for the Beat It video.
Yeah. Well, even Mike, that's a damn shame when Michael Jackson is tougher than your ass. Michael Jackson doing this look more convincing than and twirl. You know, man. I know you love this music.
I do.
Martin, like, man, back the fuck up, Corey.
No, you just you're throwing it in the wrong context. But go ahead.
This ain't no gang. There's a bunch of theater nerds getting ready to have a dance off. This is just like a cornier version of a jazzier version of Step Up. You know, I couldn't get into it because of that. I'm sorry, man. Shit, a rumble. Talking about we about to do a rumble. First one to get hit. Oh, stop! I ain't Martin like, man, leave this shit alone.
That's you and your toxic masculinity. I ain't touching that.
That is me. Second of all, way too much brown face in this. I just couldn't get into it. And everybody looking like C. Thomas Howell from Soul Man in here, going at it with each other. I was like, nah, man. I haven't. Maybe if I watched it when I was younger, I would probably be into it. But today, it's too late for me. I was like, nah, I'm not into this, man. But now here comes Spielberg talking about. I hear you, Corey. It is a problem, but I can fix it.
I'll make it for you.
I can
make it just for you.
I'm gonna make this movie because it's great, Corey, and you're missing out. But I see how you feel, so I'm gonna make this movie just for you. You know, I'm gonna update it. I'm gonna get some real Puerto Ricans up in here. 100% real Puerto Ricans up in here.
Latinos. They ain't all Puerto Ricans. Most of them are not.
Closer than what we had in the original.
Sure.
At least, you know, the brown don't rub off
Yeah.
when you smudge their faces. You know, get some Puerto Ricans. I'm gonna even get some real greasy, tough-looking white dudes up in here. Because really, I'm talking about the gangs looking tough. I'm talking about how corny it is. I'm talking about the brown face. But really, if you can look beyond that, Corey, you gotta understand, man. It's not just that. The heart of the movie, the heart of the story here is it's a Romeo and Juliet tale.
Oh, yeah, very much so.
You got Tony, Ansel Elgort, and Rachel, Ziegler. Two good-hearted people, man, who fall in love at first sight. And it would be destiny if it weren't for them being surrounded by stubborn pride, male toxicity, Martin. Martin, like you, people like you, Corey, and prejudice. Also, just plain stupidity from all these ignorant ass people that surround them. Did Spielberg actually come in and fix it for me? Because that's what really matters.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
It's your show.
it's my show. Yeah, did he make the movie that I wanted? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer. Well, Corey, did Spielberg, did he go and make a whole movie just for you? Did he go and get $100 million
I hope it checked all your boxes.
just to please your ass? Well, first of all, people, let us thank our sponsor for this part of the show
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
You know what? I got to tell you, man, how appropriate we talking about this because you know something? You know, back in the day, and this is an old movie right here, man. Back in the day, you know, your dad, your mom, granddad, grandmom, they were probably all watching this. They were probably all out there. While they were watching, they were probably like, it's cool. Just snapping along with the movie. You know why? Because they had that good weed, Martin.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, that where this is going?
Yeah, Martin. They were mellow. It wasn't just West Side Story. Everything in life.
Sure. The beatnik generation.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna tell you, man. I hate to tell you this, but back in the day, mom, dad, grandpa, grandma, they had that good stuff, man. Not that stuff today that got you all paranoid, looking around and everything. Nah, man. You're like, well, where can I get some of that good stuff that my mom and dad had?
Yeah, who is our sponsor this week?
Yeah, man. What? How can I go? I mean, you know, millennials love to go retro too. How can I get some of that retro weed out there?
Okay.
Something that's gonna mellow me out, make me not feel all stressed. You know, not all paranoid and everything. Oh, that's when you go over to dad grass.
Wow. Okay.
Dad grass is legal, organic, smokable hemp and tinctures that relax your body and mellow your mind.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah, man. They're 100% organic pre-rolled joints that are very low in THC and high in CBD. So you can enjoy the effects of CBD while keeping a clear head over there. It's like having a glass of wine instead of drinking the whole bottle, man.
Oh, okay.
You know, you drink the whole bottle, you know, you're feeling all dizzy, sick and whatnot. You have a nice glass of wine, chilled out, mellow, feeling good, and think of it that way with this right here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, man. You know, whether you're looking for a new buzz or a chill way to enjoy the old favorites out there, Dad Grass will leave you in that euphoric mood. And I like this because that's what I need. And I'm very interested in this because that's why I don't smoke out a whole lot.
Yeah, because it's too much.
Because when I do, I've sat up there and smoked and looked at people and I'm rightfully paranoid because I can't talk.
Right. Yeah. I don't like that feeling.
Yeah. I've actually sat up there and people have talked to me and I panicked so much because I know when I said something, I was like,
Yeah, because you see them going like,
yeah.
as they back away.
You know what? I'm sitting up here telling y'all about it, man. I want y'all to get into that mellow goodness of dad grass. So I'm going to give y'all a good deal to go over there and try it out. Tell you what. Go to dadgrass.com/toasted for 20% off your first order. You. Hey, once again, I want to thank Dadgrass for being the sponsor for this portion of the show. And also, thank all of you, baby, for your support and being so cool and so mellow.
Cool, boy.
Yeah, be cool, boy. All right, y'all. Where was I? Oh, yes. Did Spielberg fix this? Did he go in and take all the notes I gave him and say, hey, man, do this and do it right. Make the movie I need. Well, I don't know if he fixed this per se. You know, there's probably some people out there that say, you know, the original didn't have enough brown face. You know, could always use more. No, you could have added more. But I will say, and I'm joking about him making a movie for me. Of course, I ain't that stupid. I don't think he's making a movie for me. But he did. I feel like he took everything that made me want to stay away from West Side Story and went in there and made the West Side Story that I wanted, man. You know, I feel like he took out all the outdated stuff and left in all the greatness while updating the movie and made something I think is brilliant, man. Now, I got a little bit of problems with it, but they're small, man. But I really do. This movie right here, the reason why it works, first of all, you can't help but feel the love from the director himself.
Sure.
Coming out of this, man. You know, when I watched this, I felt like, you know what? It just feels like Spielberg just had a sudden burst of creative energy with this, man. You know, I can almost feel his ass dancing behind the camera while he's directing, man.
Like he's going, oh shit.
Yes. Damn, I'm good. You know, it helps that he's working from great material. You know, look, I can't give the credit totally to him. The foundation's already been laid out.
Yeah, twice.
You know, yeah, a couple of times. I mean, first of all, there's a book, and I forgot who wrote the book.
Yeah, I forgot the name. But I just meant you already had it from William Shakespeare from Romeo and Juliet, and then from the 1961 movie.
Yeah, you got Leonard Bernstein and Stephen Sondheim.
Yeah.
Stephen Sondheim, who just died.
Just died. I hope he got to see it.
Like a couple of days, I don't think so. I don't want to see that shit. I wrote it.
I already lived that.
Yeah, I did that.
What you doing this for, kid?
Get some new material. Yeah,
Stop
man.
climbing up my back.
Yeah, Leonard Bernstein, he wrote this, and Stephen Sondheim wrote the lyrics. And Stephen Sondheim was recognized for, like, he got his start writing lyrics, man. But also, Spielberg is working with, I mean, as always, look, it's nothing new. He's going to work with the best in the business. But really here, I do think that, okay, working with a great script and working with just an awesome choreography here.
Yeah.
Like that just, that's enough to give you a boost right there.
Sure.
Just working with this great material and working with these people who know what they're doing outside of your direction. You know, Spielberg ain't dancing and choreographing this. I mean, maybe he is. I'll be impressed.
Well, you know, you hire the right people and you make sure what they're doing fits or exceeds your vision.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully exceeds your vision.
Yeah, man. I'm talking about how bright and how festive this whole thing is. And don't let that fool y'all. Listen, this is my first time going into this, so I don't know nothing about, I've never seen the story. I've only seen clips. So going into this, I mean it, man. I'm going into this fresh. I'm going into this like cold. So I'm walking in, and I'm at the beginning, I've been tapping my foot the whole time. I've been enjoying. I was like, damn, this is a feel-good movie. Oh. That shit. These people are dancing. I'm sitting up there watching this. I'm like, oh my God, this is so happy. This is so feel-good. And the movie's like, what? What you do that for?
Oh, so you went in not knowing what to expect.
Man, this movie.
But you've read or seen Romeo and Juliet.
I didn't know this was Romeo.
You weren't making the connection.
I didn't know this was Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
This movie picked me up and body slammed my ass. I'm like, what are you doing? What did I say? No. I was like, man,
it's very much that.
What the happened? Don't let this. For those who are new like me, and you'll be swept in. You're not gonna know, but don't be fooled by how festive and how bright and how happy this movie is, man. Because you thinking all these dance nerds out here, and now that's cool. But damn, these musical numbers are great. If I haven't seen the movie, like, man, is this what I was missing? And then it gets to a point where it's like, okay, Jesus, where did everybody? Where y'all going? What happened? What is everybody so mad about? Hey, we were just having a good time. It's like at a party, man, when you having a great time and it just takes two assholes to start a fight and everybody's done.
Yeah.
What'd you feel about this movie?
It's interesting that you would say that about it. Because after I saw this, I went home and rewatched the original 1961 version. And I grew up loving it, and then maybe about 10 years ago, I hadn't seen it in a while, and I showed it to my daughters because I was like, oh, you guys love musicals, you'll love this, and they fell in love with it. But at that time, me watching it, I was like, oh, it's been a while. And I was kind of feeling like you, like, it's kind of dated. Rewatching it just the other night, I saw it again with new eyes, and I was like, no, this is brilliant. I love this more now than I did before. The thing is, with the original, it's much more of an adaptation of the Broadway musical. Yeah. And this movie is more of an adaptation of that movie. Like he brings this more feeling like a movie, more movie sensibilities. A lot more sense of menace in this from the beginning. Like the Jets come across as real like gang member criminals, where the original Jets, they seem more like teenage pranksters. So that kind of feeling's already there, and I felt like the tension just kept building, so that when you get to the big fight and the deaths, it's like, yeah, this shit was coming. It was coming from the first scene.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, man.
With the other one, it felt more happy-go-lucky. So when somebody dies, you're like, oh shit, we were having a good time. What are y'all doing?
Oh, this right here. This is a dark film, y'all, and it's not fair because it's a dark film that tricks your ass. It makes you think that you having a good time. Mm-hmm. Makes you think you at Six Flags. Makes you think you're at Six Flags, and all of a sudden you in Hostel or something. It's like it really is a dark ass movie, man. You know what it's like? It's like being in a really nice, like, you don't know the neighborhood, but during the day they got all of the bazaars out. People out there selling stuff, people dancing, music is playing. You love this neighborhood. Then the sun goes down. You're like, oh shit, I should have went home like 2 hours ago. The f happened?
Like you're there in the daytime. You're hanging out with people, having fun. You're seeing the other people on the other side, and then the sun goes down, and you're still hanging and drinking. And they go like, yeah. So later we're gonna kill those motherfuckers. We can't hate them because we hate them. You with us, right? Oh, and you're like, wait, what? I thought everybody got along. No. Nah.
During the day, everybody's happy, and then at night, those motherfuckers just stand around and just look. you know those people that lean on things, lean on walls, stand in front of convenience stores, and just look at your ass like, the f you still doing here? Mm-hmm. And this movie is the equivalent of that, because there's tragedy waiting under every layer. You keep digging, thinking that you're gonna get that happiness back, and it never comes back, man. Tragedy is waiting around every corner of this movie, talking about where the hell you going. Ain't no relief here. And that's not to say it's bad. I'm just saying, man, it's like really there's a shift in tone that's so dramatic. Such a contrast in tones, the turn that this movie takes right here. And, and there's for a reason I'm going to tell you about. Because there's a lot of setup into making it all more tragic as we go along. There's always a sudden breaking, a breakout of dance, of music that gives you hope, only for a bunch of idiots to come in and just ruin everything. This movie pissed me off, actually. It's.
I'm sorry. I was not expecting that reaction from you.
It made me mad, man, because of these stupid ass gangs in here. So in the movie now, the leads are incredible here. Mm. You got the Sharks, who were led by Maria's brother, Bernardo, who was played by David Alvarez. And then you got the Jets, who are led by Tony's best friend, Riff, who's played by Mike Faist. And I'm going to tell you, these guys, awesome, man.
Fantastic.
And they are.
I mean, across the board, everybody.
Everybody. I'm gonna get into some people later, but everybody's good in this. I'm gonna tell you, and it took me a while to get into some of it because again, we got all the singing and dancing, and you don't feel like you're gonna get into the kind of tension you're gonna get into later. But even some of the characters who are cast, like I looked at this guy that played Riff, and I thought I ain't threatened by him. He looked like a recovering cancer patient. Like he just got lung disease or something. It's like because he said he's a thin guy.
Yeah.
But by midway through the movie, I'm like, all right, I'm in. I buy it completely.
Well, that actor Mike Faist, he's so good.
Oh, he's great.
He brings so much personality to Riff.
That dude is magnetic, man. Once I got into his character, I couldn't get enough of him. Mm-hmm. I was like, you could see why he's leading this gang. He might not be the biggest one,
right,
but he's the most charismatic one and the most attitude, and probably because of that, the toughest one out of all of them. But these gangs here, this is how good this movie is. Now, this is going to go back to probably Romeo and Juliet, but I'm going to take this probably back to the novel because, I understand why this movie, and I'm probably saying the obvious things. People like, damn, Corey, we saw the original. But for me, looking at this, I was like, man, this is so brilliant the way that this movie is light and dark. Because, these gangs show how stupid, these differences that they have between them are. The neighborhood is about to get taken over by a Lincoln Center, a Lincoln Center for the Arts. And they've already been told, like, hey, when they come in, I don't give a if you white, brown, or in between, or especially black, anything in between. All of y'all are going. Mm-hmm. All of y'all are getting displaced.
You're fighting over a territory that's about to disappear for everybody.
Yeah, you're fighting over territory that, first of all, ain't even yours, no matter how much you claim it to be. And then at the end of the day, rich people going to take it. Mm-hmm. And really, these rich people don't care about any of y'all, man. You're outcast about to get displaced and you're all poor. Wow. I don't know. What if we all work together? Wow. What if we put our voices together and try to make the neighborhood better? Yeah. But these dumb motherfuckers, this movie pissed me off, man. At the end of it, I was like, you know what? Maybe these rich people got something. All y'all need to be exterminated. You bunch of fucking rats. That's all y'all are. Just pests. They go around They go around menacing the neighborhood. They go around fighting each other, causing violence everywhere they go. They just go around just being a pain in everybody's ass. And I was like, you know what? Y'all are just pests. And if they came in and I wish all y'all would just kill each other. I couldn't stand these people, man. Yeah. But that's how good the movie is. Mm-hmm. Because, at a point, it was like, oh, this is fun and games. The musical numbers are great. Then it really does get into, like, harder issues such as, class systems.
Sure.
Class systems turning other classes against each other. Mm-hmm. And really, that's the heart of the movie. Like, besides the romance, it's like, wow, man, all this prejudice that people have against each other is completely idiotic.
Yeah.
I really, and the one that really goes in and warns them and say, wow, all you dumbasses, look, just by nature, I gotta be for the white boys. But really, all y'all stupid. Corey Stoll.
Oh, yeah.
Played Lieutenant Shrink. He's like, and Corey Stoll, who again pisses me off because I can never recognize him when he comes in.
Oh, really? Whenever he has a hairpiece on, you don't recognize him?
That man stays bald because he's like a Muppet.
He just swap out facial hair. And
yeah, he could put on different hair and everything. And he always comes in. I'm like, who the hell? Oh, that's Corey, man. That's another Corey up there. Yeah, he always comes in, but he's great. Mm-hmm. And he comes in, he tells him, he's like, look, I'm sorry, brown dudes. I got to be on the side of the white dudes, but all of y'all are stupid. Mm-hmm. All of you. Don't y'all realize that they're playing all of you? And I love it at the beginning of the movie because I don't even think that's in the original how he lays that out.
It sort of is, but not really. Not quite.
Like he lays it out there. He's real. I had to appreciate his realism, the way he laid it down. He's like, look, all they're gonna do is push all you white people out. They don't give a fuck about you being the same color. You're poor and you're rats compared to them. And all you brown people over here, they're going to move you out and just get a new crop of them in to open the doors for the new white people that ain't here. It's like, wow, man, this movie is making such an awesome social statement. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that was in the original movie.
It was.
It was.
Yeah.
Wow. Brilliant.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
like-
what I'm saying about the original movie. It was ahead of its time.
Me. I really get tired of Hollywood's, their message of unity, racial unity and racial love, especially when it comes to interracial love. I don't like that Hollywood's answer to that is always a white guy with a blank, blank, blank or whatever, and that's one of the things. It's just a thing with me because I'm not against the idea. I think it's a beautiful thing for anybody to put their differences down and get with each other. But Hollywood, their idea of it is like the white male savior getting with whatever color woman he wants to, and that is unity. And so I didn't watch this because I didn't like that theme. But, when I'm watching this, man, you can't help but feel for this couple right here. At least in this movie. Now I don't know how they are in the original.
Okay, this is where we split.
Well, I know what it is because I agree with a lot of people.
Ansel Elgort.
That's my complaint with this too.
Dude, I mean, honestly, I would be in love with this movie like you are, but he is the lead actor, and I'm not gonna say he sucks. But whenever he's in a scene with anybody else, he kind of does. Like his singing and his dancing and acting, it's all right. But everybody else is amazing. And one thing this movie has over the original is that Maria has a bigger part. She has more, agency. You get to see more of her. But the original sells the romance between them, and you do feel that star-crossed. And here, one, he looks way older than her. I mean, I think it's like 5 or 6 years that in actual real life.
Cool, baby.
I know, I know it's cool, but it's one where I just could not buy the romance between them, and it always felt like she was more into him, but he was giving lip service. Like he never had that giddiness. You know how it is if you go to some function and you meet some girl, you got stars in your eyes, she takes off, and you're like, man, I'm just dreaming about her the next day.
Yeah.
And I was like, I hear him saying it, but I'm not seeing it. And he was killing me throughout this.
Okay, so he wasn't killing me, and it's probably because I hadn't seen the original. Because look, with me not having seen the original, I'm just assuming that that's how it was. In the original.
No, they had a real like joy and just like I gotta be with you.
Okay. See, I didn't know. I thought this is just a musical. I just have to take for granted that they are in love that much.
And I'm saying this to you, like me watching this, going like, I seem to remember them being more into it, but maybe I'm wrong. And then to go watch it afterwards and go like, no, that they sold this romance. They made you care about that. And here I was like, y'all kind of being idiots right now with all this shit going on.
Okay. See. I just thought this is a musical. When they sing, that says they're in love because that, no matter who's doing it, even if they're not doing as good of a rendition of tonight, it's still a great song.
Oh yeah, no, it's a great music, great lyrics.
So I was already, pulled in. It was like I ain't seen the original. I'm pulled in by this, and I'm buying it because I don't think they're bad. I think they're serviceable, and when they sing the songs, it's kind of a cheat, but the songs are getting them through.
Tonight, it all began tonight. There's only you.
Man, I look bad right there. I must say that's some bad framing because he's like, when I look at this, he's like, when I get out this goddamn page, I'm gonna tear that ass up. That don't look right there. I'm gonna get that ass, boy. You better help out break out this shit.
There's only you tonight.
All day I had the feeling a mirror.
Shut the up! Go to bed! You know that kind of neighborhood.
Yeah. Sure, in New York,
Yeah, in New York.
Somebody would have poured a pot of water on.
Get in, go back to your neighborhood. They're both just kind of naive in a way.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing why, because Romeo and Juliet works because they're teenagers, they're young, they're like 14 years old. So them doing stupid shit, you go like, yeah, of course. Here, Maria's 18, and he looks like he's almost 30.
Oh shit, sorry.
Almost 30. So you're like, y'all too old to be acting like this.
Yeah, man. I gotta tell you, I don't mind them. I like them, and I think that what's going on here is that like Ansel Elgort, like he's not bad to me, but he's just being outclassed and outacted by everybody else. I'm sorry, brother.
And outdanced too.
Oh yeah, I mean, his character is just not given him. He's just not given much to do. It's almost like everybody's given the most dramatic parts and the best dancing parts and the best singing parts because they're the angrier ones. You know, they're the ones who are the most violent.
He's passionate.
The most passionate. He's the romantic lead, just there to look good and sweep her off her feet. And and that makes him kind of a duller character than of the other characters. And another reason why is because the character of Tony, so his character is written to where, and I don't know how this is in the original, but Tony is written to where he's trying to be a better person. Tony at this point in his life, he's like, you know what?
That's added. That's something new.
Is that okay? Is that added?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, then. So they just turned this around because Tony in this movie, he's like, I almost beat a man to death. I'm not the same person that I used to be, and I'm trying to be nice. And nice don't do nothing but get your ass whooped in this neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Every time Tony's tried, man, and bless his heart, good for him. But Tony tried to shake about 5 different hands being nice. Hey, how you doing? I'm Tony. And every time he did, he got busted in his mouth.
Yeah.
Every time he tried to shake a hand, he got punched in the face. I'm just like, Tony, that shit ain't gonna work, man.
At some point, you got to pull the hand back and go like, all right.
Say, F these people, get this bride and get a Greyhound and get the hell out of here, man. You know, it's just not working. And unfortunately, that's him throughout the movie. And I get it. He's a passive character because he's trying to be a pacifist by nature.
Sure. But you also, like, he grew up in the neighborhood, and I know he's been away, in jail or prison or whatever for a couple of years. But you notice how everybody talks and he doesn't? Like, everybody has their New York accent.
He kind of has it, just a little bit.
He has a little bit, and even that comes and goes.
Yeah, I mean, he just didn't bother me as much as you. I did say that he's just a little naive in his self-improvement. Maria is very naive.
What you expect? She's the youngest.
She's young. But I will tell you the reason why I like her is because she's young. I get it. And there's a point where she's like, I'm sick of all y'all shit, man.
Yeah.
And really when it comes down to it, man, these people, whether they are not as passionate or they're more passive characters than the other people, man, they're so nice. They are so, man, they're just so, they're trying to do the right thing. Their heart is in the right place. Tony's so kind. Tony's what made me pissed off at everybody else. Because Tony's pleading with people, y'all, stop acting stupid. I've been down this path. It's not going to lead you anywhere. F you, gringo. Hey, man, what are you doing turning on the rest of the gang? Come on, baby. They're like, man, oh, y'all. I mean, these guys made me, they're the only ones with heart in the movie besides some of the older characters.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I rooted for them just because everybody else was an asshole. And I hated them. I hated those people, man. At least I didn't hate them.
It's funny because normally you're in the position of going like, yeah, but I understand because you got to look at how marginalized they are. Of course they're passionate. These people can afford to not be passionate because they're young. They don't think about these things. But these guys are living it and they're getting pushed out. And how would you expect them to react?
When somebody's telling you over and over again, and the whole neighborhood, like, not to ruin anything, but the whole neighborhood is saying, man, y'all settle y'all's asses down. And they're just not listening. Like, there's so many things that people are talking sense to them, and they're just eating each other alive. I don't care about these people. I hated that game.
Well, something that this movie does over the original is it really does sell the Jets as far as how poor and how bad their home life is.
Yeah, no, they do, and I will give it that. But they made these people so unreasonable in the movie, and that's what really got to me.
And this is another case where, had they cast younger, you could like it would make more. It would feel like it makes more sense.
It probably maybe you know what? Maybe you have a
like if they'd been actual teenagers. Like they're supposed to, because a big thing people saying like, oh, Spielberg's this time he's casting people younger and actually Latino, and I was like, you watch the original, it's like, well, they're actually Latino, but they're about the same age as they were in the original.
Maybe I'm looking at this, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, y'all too goddamn old for this.
Too goddamn old for this. Yeah,
I could not stop hating them, and it's just because maybe I just saw them just taking goodness away from everybody else. Y'all, all y'all, everyone in between. But it's great for the movie because it made me passionate.
Sure.
It makes everything that's in here more. It hits harder when it all comes crashing down. Rita Moreno, who was in the original, she brings a lot of heart to the film too, man. She's one of the things. You know what? I almost got mad at her because I'm like, "What are you doing? Bringing me all this hope?" Because she is so. Her character in the movie, she's in the original and she's beautiful in the original.
Well, that is one of the things, because her in God, what's her character's name? I'm blanking on it right now. Anita. She's Anita in the original, and man, watching her in that, just like, wow, she's just the sexiest thing in the world. And then the casting on the new Anita, Ariana DeBose, I was like, this is perfect casting because this is the sexiest girl in the world right here, and she is so full of life. She really pulls that together.
And that's Rita Moreno right there.
Yeah.
Rita Moreno, who's one of the producers on this, she's still amazing, man. She still got it.
Yeah.
And really in a movie like this where it's so heavy, man. Almost oppressive in a way as it goes along.
Oh, yeah, the second half of it.
I couldn't breathe. It was just, it was weighing on my chest.
Yeah, second
so hard.
half is just nothing but heavy.
But she don't help because she actually gives you hope. I mean, she's the kind shop owner who welcomes Tony into the store. And by the way, she's Puerto Rican, and she tries to give him a new start on life. And she's trying her best to see the goodness in everybody, even the gangs that are in town.
What's forever? Like, I want to be with you forever.
You can see him trying. You see him try. Mark, he's trying.
Dude, I'm not saying he's not good.
He's trying, Martin.
Ooh.
He's like, help me out here. Martin, I'm trying.
Oh, my God.
You don't want to.
She's looking at him like, God damn, that accent.
How did you get hired again?
She's like, how do I tell this boy? You suck.
I want to be with you forever. Quiero estar contigo para siempre.
Quiero.
Contigo siempre. Got you. What else you got? Por favor.
Yeah, you might as well get lessons from Peggy Hill.
You learned that Speedy Gonzalez Spanish. All right, hit me with another one. Amiga. But here's where the movie turned brilliant for me, because early on, like I said, I had these little problems here. And I was like, man, this is a musical. These are the songs I've seen before. This has been done already. So what you got?
Yeah.
Besides making these small changes that this movie hasn't got. And man, I just think that with them being able to make this a little edgier, a little more violent, they've made it, as you said, Martin, a little more tense. And that contrast that they have here between light and dark, it fits the theme of the movie. The Jets and the Sharks, even though they look like they're 30 years old here, they're mostly a bunch of dumb kids.
Yeah.
And they are treating the deadly nature of this situation that they're building. They're treating that like a game. They really they're not taking it as seriously as they should. As youth often underestimates real life consequences.
Right, because they think they're invincible until boom.
Yeah, and they don't understand, man. They really are treating this, like this is fun. This cool to belong to something. And the first part of the movie was very light, and I think that's the part where you get a lot of your happier scenes, a lot of your more colorful dance numbers. That's where you get some of the numbers that you recognize, like America, and that number.
I tell you, whether it's the original or this one, that is just the most amazing musical number, maybe of all time.
Man, if you can't get that right, then you don't need to be directing.
Because you're so caught up in the music, and then you start listening to the lyrics, and you're like, wow, that is subversive as hell. This is because somebody was like, I don't want to see Puerto Ricans romanticizing America. I was like, you listen to this song.
That's not it.
Yeah, it's not at all.
It's an ironic song. Stephen Sondheim, who's one of the greatest lyricists as far as musicals go, he wrote this in a way where it was being sarcastic about America. Then he was running them like he was getting chickens together. Hey, I'll stop this shit. Hey. Man, speaking of that dance number, they didn't have the lyrics, and I really did try to find some lyrics because it is I could have picked it from the original, but I'm showing enough clips already, and it's That if you go and watch the original or you watch this, that's one of the best written songs in Broadway ever, man. It's classic. It's again because it's such a clever song, and that actress who plays Anita, I believe,
Ariana DeBose.
DeBose, man, she is. I don't think a lot of people have seen her. She has been in a few things, but she's very young still. She hasn't been in a lot, but man, again, all the tonal shifts that this movie makes, she handles them well.
She does.
Terribly heartbreaking scene near the end of this, man.
Yeah.
Again,
But
not helping anything.
She knocks it out of the park throughout this movie.
I would not be surprised and I don't know, but I would not be surprised she's nominated for.
She should be.
She should be for. If she's nominated for Best Supporting Actress, I just saying. I don't know. I can't predict these things, but I will not be surprised if that doesn't happen with her because she has to do so much: sing, dance, do comedy, and also
Tragedy.
be like an emotional anchor in this movie, where it's like a tragedy, a very tragic part to her story. But that's the thing, man. We're talking about how it gets into this tragedy, and you got those. I just showed you some of the festive parts, and then some parts of the movie are just straight out comedic, man. It's a comedy in so many parts.
Oh, yeah.
And you probably think,
Up until it's not.
They're trying to do so many things in this movie, man, and they are handling it well. But they're doing this because that comedy part, that's supposed to be the kids taking this whole thing as a goof, not knowing how bad things are going to get. I don't have a clip from this movie, but from the original, like my favorite part in the movie, because I just love the choreography and I just love this song, and I love the song throws you off if you haven't seen the movie, thinking, "Oh, this is going to be a bunch of laughs." Officer Krupke.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that. And to me, that's some of the best lyrics outside of America in the movie. It's basically all the kids talking about justifying why they are so violent. Oh, poor me, I had a bad home life.
They didn't want to have me, but somehow I was had. Leaping lizards, that's why I'm so bad.
In the movie, it takes place in a police station, and it's played up just as lighthearted as you see right here. And really, if you don't know where this movie's going to turn, you thinking, well, it's smooth sailing from here. The theme is, though, whether you're looking at the new one or the original where they're doing this, if they play it up for laughs so much here, because the theme is it's all fun and games until shit gets real.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, when that movie turned around at this point, I was like, oh, Jesus, man, this movie is amazing. I'm like, well, brother, go watch the original right there. You're like, this needs some work. Is what I'm getting from you.
Well, the thing is that there's so much of it matches it, and definitely there's casting improvements outside of Ansel Elgort. I'm sorry,
Leave that
man.
boy alone. He ain't hurting nobody.
Yeah, I just like, wow, it must be nice to have a name already to get get thrown in the hat for this. But I so much of it I like just as much. There's some things there where I just go like they're not completely, but like I said, they're sort of different animals, because one is adapting a play and the other is adapting a movie. There's only a few things that take it down for me. Ansel Elgort being a major thing. Also, the deaths, they move that sort of to the middle of the story rather than being toward the end. So that heaviness goes on for a long time. And that was where I started to feel like, all right, all these updates and improvements were cool, and now this is starting to feel kind of pointless as far as the remake goes.
I went back and watched some of the original. One of the things I wanted to watch, for the most part, was the Rumble, because all this is building up to one big fight in this movie, and that's where the tenseness came from for me. Once I saw how serious things were getting, and they kept talking about it, I was like, okay, this ain't gonna be just some song and dance. They're gonna beat the shit out of each other.
Oh yeah,
or kill each other.
Yeah.
Somebody's going down, and that was already getting to me. But when they finally got to it, I watched this one first, of course, and then I went back and watched the original, and it just played out like I thought it would. Like, the violence in this is heavier, it's grittier. Even the point where people are trying to piss each other off, like hitting each other. Like, that's what made it for me. It's like, even before the fight started, one person trying not to fight, and another person just punching the shit out of him.
Sure.
Like, man, that Rumble, when they got to that Rumble, I was on the edge.
Right. Right. Yeah, no, you are. Everything's been building toward that. So you're on the edge. I mean, plus an element has been introduced where you're like, this is not going to go
Oh,
well.
yeah. The moment they did that, something was introduced, I was like, this is done, man. I can't take this shit no more.
Yeah,
I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
No, it's done really well.
No. With them making this more violent, definitely delivered on the suspense that is building up in this, man. Cinematography in this is gorgeous. The only thing I would say about this, let me see if I can find something here. So the only thing I would say about this is that the cinematography is so true to the nature of the story to where it feels like it's actually the old movie, except for one thing, those goddamn lens flares, man.
Well, you know how he got to be buddies with J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams,
and some of it rubbed off.
They got a lens flare package that they must have paid some good money for that because they using that shit. They using that shit when it's not necessary, man. I mean, like this movie looked like old film grain in the best way.
Yeah,
I thought I was watching
yeah.
something from the 60s.
Yeah.
I thought I was looking at a 70 millimeter print from the 60s, just remastered. But then, like, you would be in the neighborhood and you have these real intimate scenes, and then all of a sudden, like, goddamn E.T. is coming down.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's a small thing. It's a small thing. And I used to love lens flares. Lens flares did not bother me. J.J. Abrams does them all the time. I was like, I notice it. But you know what? If you can afford a lens flare, then you were working with money, man. You had them good lenses.
That's funny. I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about the old days of Photoshop, and it's like, how can you tell when somebody just got new to Photoshop? What's the filter they overuse the most? And I blanked on it for a bit. I was like, oh shit, lens flare. Yeah. And he's like, that's right.
Oh, what'd you say, lens flare, huh? And goddamn it, then what's his name must have just got his package. Shit, when Spielberg first started using Photoshop, it must have been like, yeah, shit. God damn, man. Spit that Steve. Put that shit down. Yeah. And that's just a picture.
Princesses.
Yeah, man. It really is living up, as far as I'm concerned, it's living up to the hype of being one of the best movies of the year. It's taking a little bit of that old-fashioned Hollywood that we know, with especially being a musical, but also, for the way it's updated, feels like it's the violence and the messaging behind it feels perfect for the times we have now. So yeah, I mean, it's full price, man.
Yeah, like I said, I do like it. I'd hate for it to sound like I don't, and I thought it was a miracle that he pulled so much of it off so well. Even though it's not one of my favorite movies of the year, if it were to be, even win Best Picture, I wouldn't be sticking my mouth like going, man.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I get it. It's a better update than you ever could expect it to be. So
Yeah.
I give it a high matinee.
There you go. Martin, that West Side snob over there.
And I wasn't going in.
West Side?
I really wasn't. I was like, oh, well, good. Somebody should do this.
Martin, old hipster Martin. I knew it was coming out somewhere. I was wondering you're going to grow to that fedora. Well, it ain't good like that original, but it's all right. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts.